send them to India, the cost of celebrating Holi at a Pakistani college. In a clash between tradition and diversity, students at a Pakistani university found themselves at the center of a controversy after participating in Holi celebrations on campus. The vibrant festivities, organized by Mehran Students Council, drew both praise and criticism from Pakistani netizens. While some condemned the event and even suggested sending the participating students to India, others championed the importance of cultural diversity and tolerance in academia. The university registrar's office issued an official notice warning against unauthorized festivities, but the Quaid-i-Azam University Admission Cell defended the cultural performances as essential for representing one's own culture. The Pakistani government also weighed in, urging institutions to distance themselves from activities deemed incompatible with the country's Islamic identity. However, this directive faced backlash, with critics questioning the government's priorities and its failure to recognize regional languages or honor religious festivities. So, this was awesome. So Armin, let's first of all go to the news story, please, and let's watch footage of this holy event at the Pakistani University. If you scroll down, you'll see the video, but don't play the sound because there is music.
Oh, okay. Good thing you told me.
Can you full screen it? I know you get to listen to the music, but we can't.
Yeah, I can't hear you because I'm listening to music. Should I mute it for myself as well? Okay.
Yeah, but the music is so good. I wish we could listen.
The music is really good. It makes it so
Yeah.
much better, guys. Look at how fun this is.
Yes, I love this. Like everyone, look at this. Yes, I
Oh,
wish we could hear the music. I was listening to it earlier. I was like, eh. Man, I tell you, I was like, if I was
this is
there, I would be having the time of my life. Look at how happy everyone is.
no. It's so festive. How come this hasn't become global yet? This should be a global thing that people enjoy.
I know Holi is pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. So
Yeah.
I wanted to cover this because one, I thought it was really cool to see so many young people celebrating a religious festival from like a different culture, different religion, right? And how then they experienced a lot of backlash for this, right? From other Pakistanis, from various government bodies. Like there was kind of some backlash from the school, kind of some backlash from the government. But then when those were issued, you know, like those were actually those initiatives where they were like pushing to punish the people who did this actually faced backlash and then were removed. I was like, wow, look
Mm.
at this. That's actually so positive.
That's great. That's good. That's great. Which is funny. Which is funny. It's funny you mentioned that because Pakistan Defense Force has lost his mind. So you
He
were
lost
gonna
his
say
mind.
this. Yeah, you're gonna say this. You had this in your notes to say this, and he's so butthurt that you're talking about Pakistan. Every time we say something, he comes and look at it. Susanna will mention how this notice was taken back. You
Oh
had
my
this in
God.
your notes to say this, and look, he didn't say it one time. He said it one time, two, and then again. Susanna won't mention how the order was taken back. You are such an idiot. You are such a moron.
Here's the thing.
Pakistan
Can
Defense
I
Force.
actually go off for a
Go ahead.
second? I need to go off for a
Go,
second.
go. Yeah,
Pakistani
yeah.
Defense Force, you need to calm the fuck down because last week you were screaming at us because we did not cover this story. And I was like, actually, this sounds like a really interesting story. So I'll look into it, even though he's being an asshole. And but actually that does sound like something really positive that I'd like to show and showcase, right? So we found the story, we went and covered it. But that doesn't matter to you. You don't care that we are now doing what you wanted by highlighting something really positive in Pakistan and we're celebrating it, right? Before I can even finish my summary, because I have to summarize these news. I can't include all the freaking details within the summary, you dickhead. Like, You
But
start screaming at us before we're even done. It's insane. And so, PDF, I would like to give you a word of advice. This is a friendly word of advice. You say that we're picking on you. We are not picking on you. Here's the thing. This is something my dad would always tell me. And I need you, my friend, to apply this to your life. He would say when I was having a shitty attitude, he'd say, "Susanna, honeys attract more flies than vinegar. Honey attracts more flies than vinegar. You have a vinegar, sour, piss poor attitude. And so people respond to it accordingly. If you had a positive, sweet attitude, people would be like attracted to it and be 10 times more responsive to what you have to say." I was actually going above and beyond covering this news where you're screaming at us about it last week, screaming at us in bad faith because I actually didn't even hear about this. I didn't know about it. But as soon as I heard about it, I was like, hell yeah, I want to talk about this because this is exactly what I promote. This is exactly what I promote. I was watching the videos of this Holi event and I was like, damn, I wish I was there. I'd be having so much fun, you know?
mm,
But this is the attitude you choose to have. And so people react
okay.
to it accordingly.
Look, yeah, and also look, he's saying stop. Let me go off for a second. He's saying stop bullying me. And say you guys keep picking on me. Pocket PDF, look at it. You are the one who started shouting in all caps at Susie.
Before
Oh, like
I even finished.
you're like, we're picking on you. You're the one who started shouting at Susie like 3 times, like all over the live chat.
Oh my
How
God.
are we picking on you? You're picking on Susie without letting her finish. Also, I'm gonna help you. He's saying I'm never listening to this channel again. Okay, well let me help you out there. I'm just gonna ban you so
Oh
that you
my
don't get
God.
tempted. If you don't want to come here, I'll just make sure that you never get tempted to come back. You're
Oh my
banned.
God.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Anyways, so enough of, let's not put our energy into his nonsense. Let's put our energy into celebrating the Pakistanis who are promoting inclusivity, who are promoting extending themselves to other cultures and participating in the happiness and joy that other cultures can provide us, right? Because that's what we're about. Don't let anyone tell you that to be a Pakistani, you have to be stuck to an Islamic identity. Because when there's backlash against students participating in this, that's what it comes down to. They're triggered because they're saying to be Pakistani, you have to be Islamic. And to see people participating in something else seems like a repudiation of that. But it's not. You can be whoever you want to be and still love being called a Pakistani. You can still love your culture. You can still love your country and still enjoy stuff that comes from other countries and appreciate it and participate in it with joy and happiness and pleasure, right? So don't let anyone define your identity.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, I agree. Except, we have, as Shikha is pointing out as well, this is not necessarily from another country. this is
Here's the
this is
thing that's
this is
actually true.
true. Yeah. I mean, these are the culture of this entire. In fact, if you wanted to celebrate the culture of that land, technically you should be doing Holi and not doing Islam. So
And when there
it's
was
it, it's
backlash to this, yeah.
the foreign culture in Pakistan is not this. That's actually the native culture. The foreign culture is Islam.
Slow your roll there, Armin. You're getting a little too
Yeah.
close to the truth.
Okay.
No, that's actually what people were saying. There actually, if you scroll down, there in the comments, Dee provided comments from a Pakistani Sindhi activist, where basically he was talking about how I believe it's the last tweet that was included. Um, basically how especially like the Sindhi culture, it's closer to the Indus Valley and like the Indus Valley civilization, like all these things. It has deeper ties to these kinds of practices than some other regions. That's my impression. I could be wrong. And so they're saying like actually when you're like taking this opportunity to crap on Holi and then exclude us and put us outside of the fold of Pakistan when we participate in these things, you're actually excluding a huge percentage and an important and rich, like culturally rich area of the nation when you distance yourself from these kinds of things. So I also thought that was really interesting, seeing like you're how long have you continued to exclude these other practices, these other languages, these other cultures? Um, because the fact of the matter is, Pakistan has a lot of different cultures. It's very ethnically diverse, and also, if Pakistan, I don't know, became like an ethnic federal, like participated in ethnic federalism, there would be like no Pakistan left, like barely. If you like look at the map of like where Baluchistan is, and then Punjab, and then Sindh, and then the Pashto area, like what's remaining afterwards is only like a tiny sliver. So it is actually a very diverse place, and it's part of its strength, right? Were there
Yeah,
any
and weakness
comments you
at the
wanted to
same time.
highlight?
Uh, yeah, you there are, and we got a whole bunch of no, we got a super chat, but there's a whole bunch of comments that Dee highlighted. Let's do that first before we go to the super chat. You want to read this while I get the super
Oh
chat?
yeah, so basically there was one comment on social media saying that the HEC, which is one of the I believe this was, I can't remember the acronym for all the different ministries. It's like part of the educational commission, right? Should it's they're saying the HEC I can't talk. HEC should be held accountable for being anti-Islamic. That person should be rewarded, but indeed Allah has better reward for him by standing for Islam against evil liberals.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love being an
Here's
evil
another
evil
one.
liberal. I don't know about you. It's kind of one of my best traits.
Yeah. Wait, was there
um
some? Oh, there's one here. Here, this one.
yeah, so this is the Cindy activist saying that the Higher Education Commission. The Higher Education Commission has regretted and withdrawn its earlier notification which stated a ban on Holi in universities in Pakistan. But the question is, will they hold a person accountable for issuing a hateful notice? So they're saying, okay, they issued a ban on Holi in universities and then it was rescinded, but is there going to be punishment for the person that put forward a hateful ban? And then can you scroll down to the
Mm.
last comment on the page? No,
Do you want to read
it's
this
like
one?
further down. A little bit further down.
This one.
There we go.
This
Yeah.
one.
So here and then someone reacted to that statement saying Holi being rooted deep in Hindu mythology has no room for public display in this country. Sindh has adopted this culture from the Hindus, a practice which should be abolished there as well. Make no exception, this country is a country founded on the core principles of Islam.
Yeah, actually, he hasn't, but you guys turned it that way. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep ruining your own country. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of super chats.
Yes.
Two, actually. Ronnie, you want to read this one while I get the
Ronnie
next
gave us a
news?
$10 super chat. Thank you, Ronnie. Saying, what do you think about trans surgery? A person born intersex or genital injury, getting it makes sense, but what is the point of people removing healthy body parts and becoming patients for life? Okay, this is completely off topic, so we're not going to go into this
No, no,
deeply.
it's
First,
okay. It's between the news. We could be off topic between the news.
well, also we're going really long, but and you have a commitment later. Um,
Much
so
later.
uh okay, here's the thing. First of all, the intersex thing, most intersex surgeries are completely medically unnecessary and actually very, very harmful to intersex individuals and creating medical problems. So that's not the case in 100% of the time, but that is the case many, many times. When it comes to trans surgeries, like people, if my opinion is if someone has met this clinical diagnosis through a rigorous process of assessing if they meet the standards for gender dysphoric disorder and that there is no other ways for them to treat the symptoms of that disorder that impair and disturb the quality of their life, then that is an appropriate medical treatment and intervention for them to pursue. And they should have the
Yeah,
freedom
I mean,
to do that.
yes. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's healthy body parts. It's the fact that you are having a lower quality of life. The what you need to assess is the quality of life rather than how healthy the body part is, right? If you I don't know, if you had a body part that was healthy, but it was making you have not feel like that you're yourself, then it's not healthy. It might function healthily biologically, but it's unhealthy to your mind. It's unhealthy to your, because we have, we're talking about health, we're talking about physical health, but also mental health. So that body part is not healthy because it's damaging your mental health. So that's how I look at it. Also, is another comment by Gasian.
Gasian, thank you again for another super chat saying a monoethnic society will create subdivisions. Better to embrace pluralism from the outset. As a Shanghainese, we don't like the rest of China and people from the north of the river for some insane reason. Hey, Gasian, I completely agree. Even if it seems like it's monoethnic, people will always create a reason to divide and create their own little tribe, anyways. So you're right. We should just really focus and promote pluralism from the get go.